Career-ending shooting?
I got shot in the back. Got shot twice.
A Beale Street flipper says he is injured after he was shot twice in an alley right off Beale Street. What he says led to the shooting that may have ended his career. Excessive force before?
I was treated like a criminal, thrown in the car head first, with handcuffs on.
A Memphis police officer suspended after he shot and killed a 19-year-old. But this isn't the first time someone has accused him of excessive force. A closer look into the officer's background.
Be aware of who's around you.
Are you making yourself an easy target for crooks when you go shopping? We'll break down the simple things you can do next time you head to the mall.
Parts of the Mid-South are experiencing scattered showers at this hour. Good evening, I'm Joe Burrows.
I'm Ursula Madden. Chief Meteorologist Dave Brown tracking those showers right now in the WMC Action News 5 Storm Tracking Center. Dave?
And we're tracking them mostly across northern Mississippi this afternoon. First question I always have is which way are they moving? Well, you can see everything is moving pretty straight to the east. These up here moving along the Tennessee-Kentucky border just outside our coverage area. The ones over northern Mississippi, well, that's a different story. There's no severe weather in here and none is expected as these continue to move through the east. And yes, there's more back in Arkansas. That'll be moving across part of the area too. By the way, you might notice this little line right here, which is pulling back toward Shelby County. That's called an outflow boundary. It's cool air that comes out of those storms and is pushed out of them. And it operates as somewhat of a miniature cold front. We'll talk more about these, take a closer look as we track them a little bit later on, talk about more chances for rain and the return of upper 90s, all coming up.
TBI case files are confidential by statute, but I have met with General Wyrick, and she has pledged that at the appropriate time, she will release pertinent information needed out of that file to the public at the appropriate time.
So many questions remain tonight as the TBI remains tight-lipped about the agency's investigation into the shooting death of 19-year-old Darius Stewart, who police say was killed by Officer Connor Schilling after a scuffle all caught on camera. The Memphis chapter of the NAACP says they are keeping a close eye on this investigation. This as we dig deeper into Officer Schilling's background, including a claim by one woman who says the officer used excessive force on her too. WMC Action News 5's Jerry Askin is live with more from the woman on her claims. Jerry?
That's right, Ursula. But first, the TBI at a press conference today promising full transparency in the Darius Stewart's case. But you're about to meet Miss Cynthia Campbell, who has her own story involving Officer Connor Schilling.
I got to be the one to speak for him.
Cynthia Campbell says she wants justice for 19-year-old Darius Stewart. The teen was shot dead Friday by Memphis police officer Connor Schilling during a traffic stop. The same officer she filed a complaint against in 2013, claiming he used excessive force on her too.
I was treated like a criminal, thrown in the car head first, with handcuffs on.
She was pulled over by two officers, including Officer Schilling, after she backed her car up on I-240 near Lamar Avenue.
The freeway was so crowded, everybody was backing up, so I decided I'm gonna back up too, but I got caught.
Police records show the officers gave her a ticket, but she refused to sign it and wouldn't comply. They say she became very argumentative. She says she was about to comply and was putting her car in park when
they had snatched me out the car, slammed me between the door and the hood of the car.
Then, she says,
they grabbed my hand, they did me like this, and they smashed my head against the door, and they had me twisted all around like this. There was no way. I'm resisting what?
But it's important to note both officers were cleared of any wrongdoing.
They was just saying that because they wanted to sweep that up on the road, because they had our bruises all over me.
Meanwhile, we also have this 2014 mugshot from South Haven Police after Schilling was arrested for a DUI there. He was off the job for 18 days. The case was eventually dismissed. As for Campbell, she said it's time for MPD to get rid of all of their, quote, bad apples.
And I just hate that it happened to that young man like that, you know, he's not here to talk now, speak. But, you know, I'm alive.
I'm told the TBI will pass over the results of the investigation to the Shelby County DA's office when the investigation is complete. Of course, we'll keep following this story and bring you all the very latest as we learn more. Reporting live here in East Memphis, Jerry Askin, WMC Action News 5.
And several Mid-South politicians are speaking out about this shooting and asking for a thorough investigation, including Congressman Steve Cohen, who has sent a letter to U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch asking for the Department of Justice to open up an investigation into Darius Stewart's death. You can read his letter to the Attorney General as well as all of our coverage of this developing story right now on our website at WMCActionNews5.com.
Only on 5. For the first time, a Beale Street flipper is speaking out since he was shot in an alley right off the iconic street. Memphis police have now arrested 3 people in connection with that shooting. Now the victim's talking about the events that led up to the shooting that nearly took his life. And WMC Action News 5's Felicia Bolton explains it could end his career.
But when it all boiled down, he had no right for pulling no gun out. I don't give a care about nothing else. He wrong.
For 17 years, Tawan Jones has been making a living flipping on Beale Street. He says now his tumbling days could be over after being shot.
I got shot in the back. Got shot twice.
Police charged 3 people in connection to the crime: Joseph Lawrence, Mark Heath Miller, and Tiffany Lewis. Jones says he did not know the alleged shooter and the accomplices. He says he was trying to break up a fight between 2 women, then things got out of hand.
We tried to calm it down and stop it and stop it and stop it, and the guy kept reaching for his gun. And he reached for it so many times until we couldn't do nothing but smash.
The founder of Beale Street Flippers says the shooting came as a shock.
Hearing it coming from Beale Street, like we've been out here 30 years, like 30 years, and not one incident where someone got shot.
Jones is still looking forward to the days he can tumble again.
When you love something so much and you can't do it no more, it hurts. So I'm gonna try my best. Put it in God's hand to come back, but if I can't, I can't.
In downtown Memphis, Felicia Bolton, WMC Action News 5.
If the city of Memphis removes the Nathan Bedford Forrest statue from a city park, another Tennessee city wouldn't mind buying that controversial statue. Savannah, Tennessee Mayor Bob Schutt sent a letter to Memphis Mayor A.C. Wharton expressing his interest in this statue. Savannah is located about 120 miles east of Memphis, right on the Tennessee River. The town is near the Shiloh National Military Park, where Forrest was shot during the Civil War. The mayor says the city would use the statue for economic development through local tourism initiatives. A vacant Kroger store will no longer be Blight in Whitehaven. That's because Southwest Tennessee Community College is transforming it into a vocational center for local high school students. The community college's Whitehaven Center will be located in the 1200 block of Finley. That's near Elvis Presley Boulevard. Southwest says the facility would offer a vocational training experience for high school students. It's set to open in January.
Memphis police have now arrested 2 people in connection to a shooting in the Wolf Chase Galleria parking lot, and it has many of you on alert when you go shopping. WMC Action News 5's Conji Anthony is taking a look at what you're doing to shop safe.
Scenes like this, shots fired in the Wolf Chase Galleria parking lot, have shoppers on edge.
You have to be cautious.
One woman was robbed of her Xanax outside this Summer Avenue Walgreens. I asked shoppers what they do to stay safe. Parking smart is their first step.
I make sure that I park closer to the building if I can, especially if I'm alone. Try to park under a light if it's nighttime.
The woman mugged for her meds was cased inside the pharmacy. Inside shopping destinations, Mid-South shoppers say they watch for anyone who might be watching them.
If you see anything suspicious, either go back in the store.
When leaving the building,
Pay attention to anyone and everyone that's around you, and if you don't feel comfortable, go back inside or just keep walking, or try to go where people are.
I almost didn't talk to you guys because I was just like, I don't stop for people. So I try to get in my car as quick as possible. I already have my keys out.
when getting in the car,
I kind of look at my car, where I'm going, who's around it.
When you get inside your car, lock your car right away.
And there's one thing every shopper we spoke with does to stay safe.
I always look around just to see if I see anything out of place.
But really just being aware of my surroundings. Be aware of who's around you.
Tips we can all follow to take control of our own safety during a simple shopping trip. Conji Anthony, WMC Action News 5.
And tonight at 10, Andy Wise has some of his favorite personal safety tools to help you get from the store parking lot to your car and home without any crime hassles.
From the parking lot,
They watch you pull in, they see what you're driving, they see where you're parking.
to your car.
Take a look at the shadows.
We'll drop a few hints
and see, is there anything there that shouldn't be there?
on how to shop smarter, safer, and get yourself home. Tonight on WMC Action News 5 at 10.
And speaking of shopping, FedEx went on a shopping spree of its own. The Memphis-based shipping giant purchased $10 billion worth of new Boeing aircraft. Company executives say they're upgrading FedEx's fleet with 50 new airplanes. The price of one of these airplanes is nearly $200 million.
We are less than 3 months away from electing the next mayor of Memphis. WMC Action News 5 has partnered up with the National Civil Rights Museum and the League of Women Voters. We want to help you get to know the candidates with a Memphis mayoral debate. But first, we need your help. Send your questions for the candidates to WMCActionNews5.com by July 26th. Then watch the debate live on air and online August 10th.
New and next at 6.
A couple of more chances for rain, but the return of the upper 90s not far away.
Plus,
our goal as an organization is to be a strong influence and resource for our at-risk youth.
A Mid-South group is shifting gears, working to help at-risk youth. We'll reveal how you can help bring more safe spaces for Mid-South teens. And all new at 10 changes coming to the University of Memphis, the price tag on improvements, and the reason the campus needs a pedestrian bridge.
Thanks for watching WMC Action News 5 at 6, the #1 6 p.m. newscast in the Mid-South.
Do you wish you could easily find a handyman? Well, now Amazon is making it easier for you. Amazon still says it will offer Amazon Home Services in 11 new cities, including Atlanta, Boston, and Chicago. The service allows customers to browse, purchase, and schedule hundreds of professional services, from mounting a new TV to installing a new garbage disposal. No word on when the service will be available in the Bluff City.
Happening now, Bike Night is getting underway on Beale Street. Here's a live look from our High 5 camera here. A few bikes there, but this will be a bike night unlike any other. You're seeing a live view picture from the street right now. WMC Action News 5's Andrew Douglas explains how tonight kicks off a weekend dedicated to helping create safe houses across the city.
Memphis Bike Fest 2015 has some lofty goals outside of having a good time.
Our goal as an organization is to be a strong influence and resource for our at-risk youth.
Tom Lewis is part of Memphis Bike Fest, raising money to build safe houses for troubled youth all across Memphis. We caught up with him outside one property they're turning into a safe home and resource center.
Computers. The music making is very popular among the youth, and so there'll be some technology in that for as well. Counseling services, and just to help promote a general understanding of the resources that they do have available for them.
It'll also be an emergency shelter for youth needing to escape dangerous environments. Lewis says this property will need about $75,000 of work. Other areas will need more than $500,000.
Many of those early organizers came from these very same neighborhoods, so it's not just an idea, it's home.
Memphis Bike Fest begins Wednesday night on Beale Street with a parade to Tiger Lane, and it'll last through Sunday with all kinds of music, food, and fun.
The opportunity on top of that is to be an agent of promoting racial harmony in our community.
They hope to bring 10,000 to 15,000 people to the event, raising money to help youth in our community get out of dangerous situations. In Memphis, Andrew Douglas, WMC Action News 5.
And WMC Action News 5's own biker dad, Chris Best, is the Grand Marshal of the Memphis Bike Fest Parade that will run from Beale Street to Tiger Lane tonight. If you would like to know more information about Memphis Bike Fest or how you can help donate to their efforts, look for this story on our website. So a little later tonight, if you are in the presence of a whole lot of motorcycles, that's what it is. It's the Memphis Bike Fest moving on to Tiger Lane.
Well, you know, Biker Dad and all those other guys riding along, and gals riding along, going to want to know if they're going to be dodging showers on the way to Tiger Lane, or are they going to get there all clear and free?
There are going to be some showers around, but I believe at the time they're going to be there that it's going to hold off. I think they'll be fine. We'll keep our fingers crossed for them anyway. All right, let's take a look at what's happening now on the Alpha Insurance Camera Network. We make a stop in Corinth, Mississippi. Got some showers in and around the Corinth, Mississippi area. I'll show you those on Storm Track Doppler 5. You can see right here, again, most of the activity over North Mississippi this afternoon. There's a little bit which has made its way just into West Tennessee, around McNairy County, for instance, and some, again, that's just to the north of us. It's to the north of Dyer County, a little bit of Lake County, maybe Obion County. Most of that is in Kentucky, however. One more time, we put it into motion and show you it's all moving pretty straight from west to east. That'll give you an idea of where these are going as we zoom in. Corinth getting a pretty good shower right now over much of the city of Corinth, surrounded by some lighter rain that goes down to Boonville and extends back to Ripley. And as we take a look at this little shower, it appears to be dying out to the southeast of Rossville, southwest of Moscow. It actually intensified just a little bit there and will continue to move pretty close to the state line. Back around Tunica, there's some heavier showers here. Probably a little bit of thunder and lightning in that. Again, nothing severe, but near the town of Tunica right here, and this one's up over Robinsonville, up where the casinos are. And then we zoom back and see that just south of Oxford, down to about Water Valley and approaching Senatobia, there is also another shower. What has this done to temperatures? Well, it's made them much more pleasant. Again today for the second day in a row. Memphis did bounce back up to 92 this afternoon. We've settled back to 89. Covington, by the way, is not 102 degrees. That is a very bad report that's coming into us. But you see where it's rained, 78 in Holly Springs, Oxford 79, and Ripley, where it's still raining in that area, dropped all the way to 73 degrees. Clouds and radar for the last 12 hours. You can see these scattered showers moving our way from Arkansas and Missouri. The Futurecast has a pretty good handle on it. It shows they should probably die out a little bit after sunset tonight, but not go away altogether. And then in the early morning hours, about 6 or 7 o'clock, there's a chance for another round of them moving through here up through the morning hours. I believe that they will tend to diminish as the day goes on tomorrow, but they won't go away altogether. You see this time tomorrow afternoon, still perhaps a couple of isolated showers then. 75 the low in Memphis tonight, southeast winds at 5, about a 40% chance of getting wet. Tomorrow, high of 90, scattered storms, 60% chance of rain, west winds at 8 miles per hour. Then the chances for rain diminish. Friday, only a 30% chance. Temperatures go up to 93. Saturday and Sunday, 20% or less the chance for a shower. 96 Saturday, 97 Sunday and Monday, and we're back to 98 Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And again, the rain chances are going to diminish greatly after tomorrow. And by the time we get to Monday and Tuesday, they'll be almost non-existent.
And that heat's coming back with a vengeance.
The heat is coming back. We still have August to go.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, we invite you to stay tuned. Jarvis is next with sports.
Everybody, winning a division title in the NBA is nice, but it won't guarantee a playoff spot if League Commissioner Adam Silver has his way. No decision's been made, but it's likely win-loss records will be the only deciding factor in playoff seeding for the top 8 teams in each conference. Currently, division winners are guaranteed no worse than a number 4 seed. Now, Portland got that seed by virtue of winning the Northwest Division last season, but was eliminated by the 5th seed Grizzlies in 5 games. The Blazers would have been 6th by their one-loss record. Now, their position as division winner forced the Clippers and Spurs, 2 teams fighting for second on the last night of the regular season, to meet in the first round of the playoffs, prompting all kinds of complaints to throw out protection for division winners. 3 Arkansas Razorback basketball players are arrested today on reported suspicion of forgery. 19-year-olds Anton Beard, number 31 shown here, Dustin Smith, and 21-year-old Ja'Cory Williams were booked into the Washington County Detention Center this afternoon. They're accused of spending counterfeit $20 bills. Now, their arrest report says all 3 told police how they got the money, but denied knowing it was counterfeit. The University of Arkansas released a statement saying the 3 players are suspended indefinitely. CBSSports.com reports fired Tennessee basketball coach Donnie Tyndall will get a notice of allegations from the NCAA. It's for allegations of violations that occurred during his previous coaching tenure at Southern Mississippi. Now, the Vols fired Tyndall back in March ahead of the charges. The NCAA alleges improper benefits and academic misconduct occurred at Southern Miss while Tyndall coached the Golden Eagles from 2012 through 2014. Tennessee hired former Texas coach Rick Barnes shortly after firing Tyndall. The Vols are not part of the NCAA's investigation on Donnie Tyndall. UT defensive back Devon Swafford is ending his playing career following a spinal contusion injury suffered during Tennessee's Tax Layer Bowl victory last season. Vols coach Brooks Jones says Swafford will remain with the program as a student coach. A former walk-on, Swafford made 5 tackles last season. He started 2 games in 2013 and had 17 tackles as well as 2 touchdowns, one on a blocked punt and another on a 62-yard interception return. And one of the most flamboyant college football fans anywhere has passed away. Roy Adams died this morning at St. Francis Hospital. A huge Tennessee booster, Adams threw elaborate watch parties at his home on college football Saturdays and made friends with coaches and players of all schools here in the Mid-South. An exact age for Adams was not given, but reportedly he was in his mid-70s. And that's it for sports. We'll be right back.
We want to keep you safe while you shop, what you need to be aware of when you're out and about around town.
And the U of M wants to keep students safe with a new push for a new pedestrian bridge. Tonight at 10, see the story.
With the WMC Action News 5 mobile app, you'll be the first to know. From WMCActionNews5.com to text and email alerts for breaking news and weather. It's all right here in the palm of your hand. Sponsored by City Auto. Shop where the dealers shop.